a way to open up the disc tray. But I'm going to make it fun, so there's no way to open up my disc tray, and pressing the button over and over again, but doesn't seem to do it. There's a movie on right now downstairs, and it's called Power, or something. I don't know, The List or something like that. It's got the kid from the Sixth Sense. Even though we have like about 22 or 23 senses. I see dead people. Like, no, it's not. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie. It's like, it's like the one that Charlie does on freaking Always Sunny. He's like, yeah, the dude, like, the twist at the end, yeah, like he was Bruce Willis the entire time. What? No, he saw dead people, and then Bruce Willis was dead. It's like, yeah, he was dead. He was Bruce Willis the entire time. It's crazy. Damn it. If I could just get up on this thing, like... No, see, this doesn't work. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can get up here. No, I can't do it. Because it's just really funny. Like, I like making fun of those movies. Like, those old movies that, like, are like... It's my favorite thing to do. It's my absolute favorite thing to do. Especially ones with Kevin Spacey in it. I don't want to watch the ending because I know that he's still a pedophile. Yeah, it's terrible. It's really terrible. But it's just, I just don't watch the end of them because he's just a terrible person. An absolute terrible person. So, is there anybody else here? Oh yeah, over there. I'll pick up another gun. But yeah, it's like really terrible. It's like they're just like such, like the music is the thing that really brings people in. I think it's the most. I think that actually even they're not even acting really. They're just walking around and looking at shit. like they're just like they're moving really slowly for some reason. I don't really get the acting in the 90s, really, if you think about it. I really didn't get it. Like, I really just thought that it's like a person describing, like, something. Like, he moved very slowly, and he was very concise. A-10 scope. Yeah, I'll get that. See if I can pick up a rifle instead of this Tommy gun. It's a Tommy gun again. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to pick up that instead of the Tommy gun. Frag grenade. Stun grenade. A rifle. There we go. Let me get rid of the Tommy gun. not really doing his tongue again there. Put the canted sight on there, and then the compensator, and the quick draw mag I'm going to put on there. There's a car over there. But I'm right outside the circle. I just have to turn this way and then go this way. Okay. Yeah, I really think that people are just kind of like not watching the 90s stuff off the cancel culture that is basically Kevin Spacey. He's in hiding. He's probably got some cases against him, probably. I'm thinking as much, because there are also scenes like you can tell, like it's like Queen, basically, the dude who was the lead singer of Queen being homosexual. It's just like there were clues beforehand to let you know what kind of person he was. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get these things that sometimes people actually say. I don't get the fact that they're I don't get this shit that they're trying to pick up on, I guess. I get it. Like I got that somehow he was a weird dude. like it was weird, and it was like the characters he plays are so like they're basically the same person. Like they're just him acting. And I think that like a part of that is would come out, and you would see like different scenes basically that were like basically him, of like him being him touching children, and not really touching children, but or being around children, and just like the look he would get. It's just like, yeah, that's a terrible man. You know, I don't want to talk exactly all the way about terrible people, but that's just where my dark humor comes from, where people themselves being around certain people and then getting a certain kind of like thrill out of it. That's the kind of shit that you wanna like kind of like knock a little bit. It's like, the children are our future, dude. She's like, yeah, they're not exactly the future. We are the future as well. You know, we're gonna grow old and like teach them stuff eventually, probably. They're just not. I'm just really weirded out. Like that 16, or what? Not even 16. That was a scam. But but that girl Laurel, Yanni or Laurel. Okay, he's going this way for some reason. I don't know why he's going that way. I'm just gonna go in the circle, I guess. I'm gonna go in here on the bike though, because I might get shot at a few times while I'm going in. So it'd be good to have a bike. going 108 on dirt. That's fucking tight. See, I knew I was gonna get shot at. I'm gonna go up by this tree, see if I can get some cover, and see if I can actually shoot some people. Because I got shot at back here. I wonder where those dudes actually are. Where that dude actually is. So, but yeah, like, I don't know why Terry Crews is doing shit right now. Like, he did shit that was like, that was pretty stupid and presumptuous as far as a man goes. He's trying to desperately claw on for his career and stuff like that, and I don't really think that anyone should be really a celebrity. It puts them in awkward situations and weird situations where the people that they're attracted to are the people that are usually in power, and those people dictate the situation, and then they're put in awkward situations even more so. When it's just celebrity is just dumb to me, and that's the reason why I hate politics so much, is because it's absolutely what it is at its core right now. I really hate it. I really don't like it. It's just like there's just celebrity dumb. It's not like I hate the politicians. I hate the narrative that's being portrayed about them. It's just like they're just amazing people and they make all the right decisions. It's like, no, we make the decisions more so when we ask that we need something to our republic, and they do things that we ask them to. They should do things that we ask them to if there are large enough numbers, and those large enough numbers is something we should have, like, I don't know, safety in. But it seems as though people are just throwing shit, and they're like becoming like this angry mob. That's what it becomes, the angry mob, and people just like don't know how to put themselves into check, you know. I don't get that part. I don't get that part about people. Sometimes they don't seem to know where the stakes lie in those situations where they need to be able to talk to Congress and not take their shoes and shit and steal things or something like that. But it's just that's the point, is right now the people that are protesting, other than the peaceful protests, were just people who didn't know their own rights, didn't know the reason why they were protesting, and just made it up as they went along. That shit has to be completely and utterly looked at every single time. I really hate that people sometimes they don't really get the real focus on what protests actually mean for the country. And they're just like, oh, we gotta protest and we gotta set shit on fire because cops are being crazy. It's just like, no, that makes you just as crazy as them. And basically that's the point, is the reason why the National Guard won't step in and let people kill each other, because those stupid people won't exist anymore. And that's the point, is like really like real shit, real talk. And they're like, well that's not fair. Like, obviously life isn't fair. Life isn't fair, and that's the reason why the law was made. So that's the reason why. So understand. We don't actually have all these different things that people are actually talking about. We don't have a whole bunch of different stuff for people to be able to love about themselves, as far as the things we do goes, and that's why the law was invented. Just stop sick motherfuckers like Kevin Spacey from hiding forever, and actually people who were put in place to be able to make sure that the law is followed, and that's the reason why the law is the law. And that's the reason why freedom is freedom. And freedom is no responsibility. No responsibility on government debts or government situations. I don't have to go to the military, and that's the cool thing. That's the reason why they distilled the draft, they stopped the draft, and they realized that the draft was something terrible, and it was without law. So even in a martial state in the United States, I will not have to go into military service, and that's the reason why I think that it's better off in the United States, where people really don't have to do the things that the government actually tells them to, even though it's sometimes in their best interests. Like, I would go into the military if they reinstated the draft. I would. They wouldn't be able to put me anywhere near the front line. I'd probably be somewhere on like defense with contracts and a bunch of different things for what is it, intelligence and data gathering and stuff like that. But there he is. All right, let's see if we can get him. See if he stops somewhere. All right, there he is. Come on, stop somewhere. Go somewhere on the hill. See, he just went over. What a little asshole. Didn't want to give him a position enough. I'm sure there's a few more people that are coming through. Either on foot or on vehicle. Let's make sure we look over that hill to see if he stopped, though. So there's a plateau over there, and that's probably where I want to go. But I'm sure that's not the only idea that they're having. There's fog rolling in, I think. So let's see if there's any buildings that have anybody in it. See this top part, see if there's anybody. These buildings right here. So there's nobody going right there yet. But the circle is moving in. I'm on the edge of the circle, so let's see if we can't find somebody. But yeah, that's the reason why I don't trust my heroes or celebrities, or when I meet Jessica Negri, she's probably just gonna be like, hey, how's it going? You kind of like you got me out of my depressive funk, and that I'm very thankful for that. And that's something that I really like. I really think that you're an amazing celebrity, and I think that you're the right kind of celebrity because you don't use ads a lot, and you only sell your own stuff mostly. So you're DIY, and that's really cool. And also there's a bunch of shit that I want to tell you that I'm not going to tell you because I don't know you as a person, and I don't think that you probably even want to know that. So I want to be your friend, but no, I can't be your friend because you're a celebrity. So realize you got me out of that funk, and you got me back on thinking the right track, and realizing that how many women I was actually attracted to, and not just the one woman that I was betrothed to at the time, and she was lying to me and telling me a whole bunch of different stories about how she was ruined and brought to, like, I don't know, like just stupid shit basically. She didn't tell me who she was as a real person. She decided to make up shit and then lie to me about a bunch of stuff. Or whether she was lying about anything, she was lying about wanting to go back to New Orleans with me, or back to anywhere with me, or moving away from the place where she had so many things bad happen to her. So that's the reason why. She was obviously a barfly. and she made up those lies, and she made up those little things to make sure she could have me as a person around in her situation. And once I realized that was all completely and utterly untruthful, I started to not be attracted to her, and that was because of Jessica Negri. And that's the reason why, because she was positive, she was thinking positively, and she wasn't on her own fucking high horse about something. And that's the reason why. So I'll say it here and now, but I won't say it to her, because I don't even know if she knew what she was doing. She was just being positive. She was just being herself, and most of the time I don't even agree with the stuff she says anymore. But she did, and that's saying something. The one celebrity that made me actually believe that I wasn't fucking alone in the world. So, and that's the reason why. It's just the one person. That's it. It's not like it was worth anything. It's not like it was worth any money or anything like that. I just did a fan picture for her, and that was all. I just thank you for everything, I guess, in the situations you were in, and then think, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna go near that tree. So there's a dude right there. God damn it. JKZ. That's what happened. That's what it was. She made me believe that I wasn't alone, and it made me feel like I was attracted to a different woman completely not thinking that like in I don't know, actually some one that's politically active or even feminist, and like one that could be considered like not, you know, like not, I guess, like just out of the norm, I guess. And like the kind of woman that I was attracted to at the time was like just stern and like kind of a bitch, I guess. I was attracted to women that were bitches. That was basically the whole thing. So she changed the status quo in my mind. So that means the status quo can change pretty much at any moment, and no one gives a shit. So the most I'm thinking is, oh man, just another way, another day, another time. There were like situations inclining me to go into cosplay. I would go into cosplay, and I would try to do my best to make certain things and stuff on my own, but I'm not. It's not that way, because I mean I could start to do a certain thing, certain amounts of things, and things are looking up, I guess, in the way that I want to do things, and just different stuff, I guess. But I think that the more I look into it, the more I see the difference in everything. The more I see the difference in the hearts of a lot of different people, and I see the difference in the different people around, and it really speaks to me. It really speaks to me in a certain way, and I got out of my funk. I got out of my depression. I got out of thinking terribly, and maybe it was a part of me that I didn't like, and I just wanted to say it. Some parts of me I still don't like, but I'm accepting more of myself every day, and I'm even realizing that a part of me likes like I'm not fully straight, I guess. Like I admire dudes sometimes, and like I admire like dudes that get out there and work out and stuff like that. Like I don't really. It's like it's not a part of me that's attracted to them really. It's more like I just admire the courage to be able to go out there and show yourself, and it inspires me to want to do that too. And that's probably the reason why I'm even doing this. So like I don't know. I think that like dudes should like support each other more. I think that's the reason why I didn't do it in the beginning. I didn't do it in the forefront of my life or the beginning, and I didn't have like a fan base or a core audience or anything like that. So I just didn't really take it seriously. But that's like Jessica Negri is the reason why I'm doing this. And I think she has a responsibility to, or I have a responsibility to do my due diligence and make it to where she's make it to where she doesn't have that responsibility on me, you know, like to where I'm actually trying to inspire people, I guess, and not get scammed all the fucking time. I know. So I'm just, I don't know, man. I just don't want to get into celebrity shit, you know. I don't want to see myself get into with a place where celebrities go and how they constantly like look at their I don't know, I just think that she brought something out of me. And I think that is something it was the realest thing I've ever felt in a long time. I don't know how I felt that. It just felt real. It felt genuine, you know, for the first few times that I actually even watched her stuff. And I stayed with her on Instagram, and I felt real and genuine, the realness of it. Like, it just felt real. I felt like I finally found someone that like I don't know, and I fell in love, I guess. And I didn't really want to. Like I don't know, just. And then she got a boyfriend and all other different stuff, and I'm happy for her. And there he is. Got him. I just felt the world kind of like just go off my shoulders, and I don't think it might not have been love, it might have just been, you know, it might have been something. So I just felt something, and it was just real. I felt it, and it was real, and I know what it was. I think I know what it was. It was my reality coming to tune, my senses just, me coming to my senses and realizing that I was in a bad relationship. that's what I felt. That's how I felt it. I don't know. I don't even know if it was anything pertaining to her, or if it was just me. You know, it was just me pertaining to myself, and realizing that there was a way out, and there was always going to be a way out, and I always had to just take that way if I ever felt like something was too much. I felt scared sometimes whenever I would date a woman for the first time, or even just jitters. I thought it was the jitters or something like that, and then I would find out something terrible about the person, about how they decided to do some shit with other dudes and stuff like that, and then they got paid money to do it, and I'm just like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would just kind of like cringe, I guess, a lot, and I don't judge women really. I'm not judging a woman based on whether she takes money for sex or anything like that. That's a sex worker, but I mean, it needs to be more regulated, I guess. The service needs to be more regulated, and people need to understand that. Yes, there's like women out there that actually get paid to do different things with dudes, in the dominatrix way, and I just think that people need to really understand where that line of work is actually coming from. And it opened my eyes to a new and different approach as far as people say, as far as people go, to just live my life a little bit more progressively and peacefully. You know, it's not something about how I believe in politics, or it's not my belief in politics that changed. I mean, I always felt a certain way about how people themselves take advantage of politics just to speak on a narrative that they don't know anything about, or they try to muster up the courage, even though they have that law degree or whatever you get to be able to talk very well or something like that. I just think that like most of the time I tried to study my ass off about different things to be able to be on par with that, you know? To be on par with people who basically think that they're the fucking shit, and I don't know, just making sure that they weren't always the shit, you know? They weren't always like the right ones to be the right ones. I mean, just because you studied whatever you studied, to be able to make sure that you can say that anything is right, really, if you think about it. But those are the people that I kind of wanted to be on par with, and be like, no, that's not right. That's not right at all. You're being a dickwad. You're being a piece of shit. Stop doing that. Or like to catch them in their lie, I guess, you know? I don't know. It's just something to think about, I guess. You know what, actually, that's the reason why I wanted to pick up this 4x scope, so nobody else picks it up. There he is. He's going to new and different places. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just never wanted to be. I kept on trying not to be wrong before, and now I'm trying not to be just a terrible person, you know? Trying to be a little bit better, you know? There he is. I saw him running on the side. There he is. Alright, there's a dude coming. Then I can go on this rock to see if I can get him. I don't know, I guess to try not to be as offensive as I used to be. You know, I used to be really offensive. I used to think that shit was just terrible, and you know, it wasn't gonna get any better. And then I kind of saw somebody that was the inspiration. That was the reason why I respect her so much, and I don't respect people that are around her, because she's got so much more talent than they do, just by being herself. So much more talent in not selling yourself short, being your own boss, and just, you know, just it's fucking amazing, dude. It's just something I want to be, my own boss. I always thought about being my own boss, and I always thought about being my own thing and doing my own stuff, and in that was my attempt to recreate my my website and get it user friendly and be able to help people make profiles and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just wanted to be so much more than I am right now. Gotta move away from this place because I gotta go up here. Go up here by the train tracks, and hopefully I'll be able to see somebody. It just made me think about all the people that are actually like not being able to do the things that they really want to do, and how much it would actually be a really cool thing to be able to make sure that people can do certain things and be able to get certain stuff, grants and stuff like that, and like be able to put on the shows they really want to put on, or whatever it may be. I guess it made me think about my own attractive, my own masculinity when it comes to a woman dancing on a pole, and the fact that I didn't respect it before, and now I kind of respect it. I kind of respect it because I just find it uncomfortable, I guess, and I don't see how they would be comfortable doing it, you know. Maybe that's the way it is. Maybe that's the way people formulate their own sexualities and their own circumstances. They kind of like they push through and see something else, and then it becomes something like a I don't know, just there he is. All right, he's going there. All right. I'm gonna go check out the huts on the hill, I guess. But that's what I did. That's what I felt a long time ago, and it's until now I didn't respect those women putting their bodies out and stuff like that. But then I realized how much confidence they actually had to have to be able to do that, and be able to show themselves. Like, I started to respect it more, and I started to respect my own body. And then I got fat because I didn't do it as much. I thought that basically I don't know, maybe that's the reason why I felt like that in the first place, is my own negligence of my own body, and realizing that there we go. It's 2 cars here. Okay, he's got his health low. Oh man. Shit. How did you fucking do that? It's a bitch. So I killed one dude today on the game. And I think that's the reason why I felt so put out, you know? Because my mom was a Republican. She wanted me to do my own thing. She wanted me to keep my money and do my own thing, and a part of me still lies in is comfortability with that and conservatism sometimes, and then a part of me realizes my dad was very giving and very fortunate sometimes. He wasn't really fortunate. He lived in a trailer, but he did have a house by the end of his lifetime, but that he didn't live in. But he sold the trailer and tried to move into the house, but then he was just too old by that point, or not too old, but too fucking like it was too late basically for him to be able to do the things that he really wanted to do. Like he had problems with his weight. He had problems with his everything that he did. He probably did tons of drugs. I don't know how he did those 24-hour runs. I really don't know how. I just like. But that's the reason why I think that he felt as though he was at the end of his rope, and he tried not to worry me. He tried not to worry anyone, and he just went in the night, and he died. It was something that I'll never forget. The night I slept over there, and about a week later he was gone. He was in so much pain every single night. So much so that he was like hurting in between breaths. I knew he was in pain, and that's the reason why I don't feel that he was. But when he was alive, he was a very generous man. He lived through the Trump era, so you got to see how fucked up things can actually be, I guess, when people don't listen to the president, or the president doesn't listen to anyone else, so, except Russia, I guess. The point is, I don't think anyone really needs to stop. Everyone needs to stop taking things for face value, and really getting to the core of reason or the problem that they have with something. Not just taking it for face value and saying I don't like that, or blah 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 blah, whatever. You have your reasons. You have the reason why you feel the way that you do, and you can't use that situation or use any situation to constantly judge people who are in the present. Yeah, the past, and the past is in the past, and that's where it needs to stay. Sometimes people can make judgments from the past, but only when it comes to percentages and stock price margins. Really, if you think about it, that's where it should come from. And really, we all need to stop judging each other, really, for the most part, and we need to stop judging ourselves, and we need to start really finding out who the fucked up people really are, and give them therapy, and give them a place to go when they're feeling terrible about themselves, because they feel terrible about either what they've done, what they're thinking, what they're anything, and really realize that all of it is a mental disability. Racism, pedophilia, really all of it. It's like, I think you set him on fire. No, no, he needs some sort of not compassion, but he needs to walk into an office and say that he has a problem. He needs to admit that to himself, and he needs to not only admit it to his neighbors, but admit it to the doctor at the office that's helping him. Admit you have a problem, and admit you're attracted to some sort of thing, and then realize that thing is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's messed up. But realize that not everyone has that thing that they're constantly attracted to sometimes, that they hide from everybody. So realize you're not alone. I didn't have any bullets in my thing. I didn't have any bullets in my gun. I thought he was inside, but I didn't think he was at the door. Oh man, I should have went to the side. But yeah, realize that everyone's got that thing that they don't want to admit, that they like being choked or something like that, or not like being choked, but like being like, it's not really choking, because it's more like pressure on the neck, like pressure. It's just pressure. You push your hand right there, and then you don't really like, you like stop them from breathing, and really that has to do with a lot of women that are just tired of the old ways of having sex, tired of the missionary, tired of the doggy style, tired of the different kinds of positions they can actually do, and they want to just come, you know. They want to just be able to not breathe for a little while, you know, or like they're tired of the dudes that have the big dicks and small dicks and all those are different dudes, because they just want somebody that's good at sex, you know, and that's where I think that people need to be educated and really need to understand where the woman is actually coming from, and where she actually goes when she actually wants to be attracted to someone. And everyone has that, even my family, and I have to realize that too, is that everyone has their private things, and everyone uses something to be attracted to, and it's like there's this thing that sometimes there's a scene, and then they, I don't know, I just have to realize that everyone's got the dudes that they're attracted to, or the chicks that they're attracted to. Every girl, I'm talking about my nieces, talking about my nieces and my nephews, and they're all gonna experience that one thing. It's gonna be embarrassing to talk to your parents about, and they're eventually gonna say it after it happens, or before it happens, or anything like that. I mean, it's just something that I feared whenever I wanted kids. I really feared it. But I would get it. I would go to it head on. I would really try to get to the issue, like, in my own head. But then in reality, I'm scared about everything they're attracted to. like I'm afraid of finding porn at 3 o'clock in the morning that's about like choking girls or some shit or something. I don't know. Like, damn it. I wanted to get on top of the roof. just to realize that like that stuff really exists, and everyone's gonna feel like different when it comes to something. Like, for example, okay, like every cartoon kind of esque sort of like not really like suggestive stuff, like, I don't know, man. It's like you gotta realize that there's stuff out there that's taboo, I guess. Not really taboo, but like so you only talk about in certain situations. So, but also talk with your kids about their sexuality. Really do, because if they're actually feeling that a certain way, and they're feeling a certain thing, then they should still use protection. Even if they're a girl, and if they're a girl, they feel like they don't have to use protection, but disease is still a thing, you know. It really is, and they have to realize that they have to surround themselves in saran wrap, and that's the only way. They have to put themselves with a cookie sheet on, and they can't touch. No touching during that. And then they have to say good day. And they have a spot of teeth. So stupid. I don't know. Just be yourself, and don't try to turn it into something that's not, and don't try to say that people have feelings these ways and like this way and stuff like that. Just, I don't know. But do bring protection. Do bring protection. Your fluids, are someone else's fluids sometimes. That's why I keep a healthy masturbation regimen. Not everything is your own fluids. So, and if you've been having sex for a really long time, notice that sometimes your fluids can mimic other people's fluids. Sometimes because of the things you're around, and realize that that changes your body chemistry, and your body chemistry sometimes is a certain way, and people sometimes don't realize that. They don't realize that they're in for something. Sometimes when they, I don't know, they just look at themselves and they see, I don't know, difference of opinion. They see that, oh, it's like, it's not, if I pull out, then I'm not gonna get a girl pregnant. No, that's not true. There is also something called pre-cum, and that will get them pregnant. That will get them pregnant as fuck. You need to get like what is it um uh uh and even with protection, it's hard. It's easy to. All right, there we go. Okay. Can't believe these dudes don't see me. And then I get into their gun range. It's like really weird. Like, here we go. There he is. He's going up a hill, so let's see if I can go up after him. You just have to realize that people they have their own thing, and there's everything that you do, and there's everything that they do, and maybe they're not attracted to the same person, maybe they're not attracted to any person. I always was fearful. I was always fearful that somehow they would find a way into some sort of like really weird club, or really weird like tantric sex sort of thing. Not tantric sex. Tantric sex bad, not that bad. It's just like you can only get off if you have like pancakes near your near your significant other. Just like some weird twerk or tweak or something like that, and they I don't know, they feel awkward or something like that, and I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like. I don't know. I'm just afraid of it all sometimes. I don't know. Just. But it opened me up to the actual idea of realizing that my sister's children and all of them are going through a really delicate stage right now, and they're gonna talk to you, they're gonna talk to everyone about it, they're gonna talk to whoever they want to about it, and that's their business, and it's actually like they're actually getting their business, you know, they're not they're actually getting a point to where they have their own business, you know, they have their own things to talk about. Sometimes you gotta talk to them about it and stuff like that, and it gets to me, man. It gets to me. It makes me fearful, and it makes me wanna cringe for them sometimes when the dude does the weird thing that turns her on but doesn't turn anybody else on. There he is. Got him. I don't have any more bullets. I don't have another thing I gotta go over to him to kill this, to get his stuff. Hopefully I did not anger someone else. And then I will have to wait until... I really wish there's a bush right here. I need bullets, I need bullets. And a suppressor. Thumb grip. There he is. He does not see me though. God damn it, he saw me as soon as I fucking moved. God damn it. He realized he saw me. And it's at 49. Just to, I don't know, just to be average, you know? Like, it takes so much effort. And I realized how much I didn't learn and how much I thought I knew when I was younger. And I just know so much now, and it gives me so much fear. It gives me so much fear, and I realized that, like, that sex isn't everything, and you gotta have an actual relationship, or else it falls apart really easily. Like, even the shit that I went through as a 30-year-old, and as a 29-year-old, and like 8 years ago, I had no idea what a woman wanted. I had no idea what a woman wanted, but I had a hint, and I had a reality that my mom had hinted at, and that Jessica Negri, the person, really explained, and just in being positive. It wasn't anything she said. It was just being positive and realizing that she was trying to be positive. She was trying to be positive about this new thing she was getting into, and it was like the most nervous / honest thing I've ever seen. and I think that, yeah, it made me realize how much stress goes into actually going into something. Like I realized even my ex, like, even though I didn't want her, she's still going to go through some tough situations because of the fact that she was not going into situations that were on her side. She was nervous. She was scared. She wanted me to be scared for her. She wanted me to tell her advice about stuff that actually made sense. But I was always like, dude, quit the job and go somewhere else. You know, quit the job and go somewhere else and do something else. But I think that's the point, is she wanted to do something that was scary. You know, I'm gonna start running. Maybe she felt that I was different than her ex, and I wasn't different than her ex, but I was just younger than her ex, you know? I was younger than her ex, and she went through those situations, and she felt like she was invigorated. You know, she felt like she was invigorated, and she could do different things that she wouldn't normally do. You know, so she took the job that didn't pay as much, but it would pan out, and she'd be manager, you know? You know, so she didn't go to the place where she could get a lot of money, but wouldn't go to the manager scene, and that probably scared her. That probably scared the shit out of her, that she wasn't going to go into and start making immediate money, and she would be able to pay off her license immediately. And I don't know, I'm a little bit more sensitive now, I guess. And now, back then, I was just a yeller because I knew she was lying to me about something. You know, about something, anything. She was always checking out other dudes, or checking out dudes on Instagram, or checking out anything, and that meant something to me. But I don't know what it meant. And when things would get ugly, and when she would yell at me, or she would tell me something stupid, I would get angry, and she would send me to the hospital. And that was a stressful situation that happened, because she was really, in reality, she didn't trust me. So she didn't trust when I yelled that I would calm down, and that's the deciding factor of me hitchhiking away from her, was the fact that she didn't know that I didn't hit my mom. You know, she didn't know that I didn't hit my sister. You know, I may have gotten into a few altercations, but I didn't really hit her. I just pushed her on her own bed, and she threw me into a goddamn what is it? She was stronger than me, basically. So I didn't know that, but I pushed her on the bed, and I started to move her hair around a little bit, and she kicked me into a fucking what is it, chest of drawers. So that was the last time I tried, and I apologized to her about it. And I'm thinking she didn't care. She just thought that she was worried about me, I guess, and that's. I think that's where she was at, being worried about me, but not knowing what she thought was controlling me, but she was controlling me. It wasn't really a relationship. It was a codependence. So, and I really think that if she would have realized that, she would have understood that she could have ended the relationship at any time, and it would have made no difference to me because I was starting to become unattracted to her. And I should have been honest about my feelings, about my intentions, about what actually was going on in my head. But the realization of that her controlling me was like, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And I just did everything that I could, said everything that I could to not be in the relationship. And then I walked off when she was pretty much, not feeling the same way about me as she used to. So, you know, like when she was okay on leaving me or losing me, basically, I didn't want her to feel that end or that cry or anything like that. I wanted her to move on with her life, and then she did, and then I felt betrayed. You know, I felt betrayed that like, why would she move on like this, like immediately, and move into another dude's house and just like replace me, basically. And then I realized it's not my point. It's not my place to think about that. It's not my real place because I know that there's a situation out there for me somewhere. It's just not there, you know. I know that there was a good place for me somewhere, but I knew it wasn't with her, you know. So I got into a car with Mexicans. This Mexican family, actually. Not Mexican. They're probably Puerto Rican. I think they're a Puerto Rican family. I'm not exactly sure, but they're Spanish. They were Latin American. So I got into their car, and I was sitting next to their son. He was eating Doritos, and I sat there the whole time and didn't make a fuss or anything like that. I was pretty much on my own. After that, I got fucking heat stroke. They sent me to a hospital, and I went back to this thinking the same way. I think back to thinking that she's the one. She's the one for me. And I called her up. I told her where I was, and she was like, "Well, if you don't go and do something then about it, then we're done." And I'm like, "Well, that's." And then I was just like, "I'm making the same mistake, you know. I'm making the same mistake going into this girl's life when I have no responsibility over her. I didn't have her kids, you know. I didn't make that life for her." You know, someone else did. Someone else lied to her and told her that Jesus and God and not even Jesus, but God was everything, and that God is gonna. They never did birthdays, basically. Like you shouldn't do birthdays because it's mass consumerism and it's earthly. It's of this earth. And just like I don't know how ugly that religion sounds. That sounds ugly. It sounds ugly as shit. And there's no celebration of any kind. There's just. Yeah, it's like, and then her kid's mom, her kid's grandmother would come over with cakes and things all the time, and they would give them desserts and shit like that until other people love you on certain days. We love you every day, and it's just like, wow, that is not true. It's just you can't celebrate a birthday on every day, you know. And they would bring cakes and a whole bunch of different shit, and like, oh my god, it would be crazy, dude. She was just insane. She didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know how she was doing it. She was just doing it. She was just trying to be a grandmother, but also in the same sense, really fucking up those kids' minds. Like, you know, really just doing a number on them and making them think that no one loves them in this world except their grandparents. And they're older now, and hopefully they don't feel the same way. Well, they still talk to her mom, but and maybe that's I don't know what I was supposed to change by being there. Maybe that's what maybe I was just I don't know, as a catalyst to something, I guess. And I'm glad that they still talk to their mother, you know? Glad that they're not excommunicated because of it. Those kids, they're heirs to the state, so they can't leave until they're 18. So it's just, and the youngest one is where the oldest one was when I met them. So I don't know, man. Just hopefully they have their business, you know, their own business, you know. I'm going the wrong way. Wow, I have a ways to go, and I should not be going near any towns right now. But I'm still trying to get that disc tray open to try to not play this game, I guess. And I might have to get myself another PS4. But I think the real reason why I was even there was because I felt like I felt like I had to change something, you know. And I'm glad I had the relationship, but I'm really glad it ended. I'm really glad it ended, and I'm really glad I ended it the way I did because it doesn't always work out, you know. It doesn't always work out, and people need to really realize that my stepbrother is a piece of shit. He was there, and he talked about me behind my fucking back to my ex-wife, and told him that I was just this terrible fucking person, and I'm not this terrible person. And he was on the fucking line, looking to me and watching me on fucking whatever the fuck goddamn thing it was. He was just a piece of shit, man. I don't know what he is, because he beat his girlfriend. He beat his girlfriend before, you know. He really beat his girlfriend before, and he should have said something about it before he actually talked about me, you know. He and his girlfriend got into a fight, and he pushed her down, and he hit her. He hit her with something, or some way, or something like that, and that just pissed me off, because he was judging me about something that he had no fucking business in, you know. But no, I'm the fucking fuck up, right? I'm the fuck up, right? I'm the fuck up who goes to fucking different states and fucking gets fucked up and it talks to fucked up people and does fucked up things to make fucked up amounts of money. I'm not the fucked up fucking people that talk to my dad and tell him that, oh, he's not a fucking good man, even though he was in oh my god, just so many fucking things, dude, that he fucking didn't even talk about. He still owes me. He still owes my ex-wife fucking $900. And no matter what she says again, I won't believe her, but I'll definitely not believe him. So, like, he so got on my nerves every single time he was there. Like, I can't believe he even moved in. I didn't want him to move in. I told him, it's your choice. It's your choice, Amber. If you want them to move in, they can move in, but I'm gonna hate it, and I'm always gonna hate it because I hate him. I hate that little bastard. He fucking does shit that's like snide and like shitty to people and stuff like that, and he doesn't think about the consequences of anything. He doesn't think about the consequences of saying that, like, but that's over with. That's all over with, and that's the reason why I even did the whole Just Kidding Agree thing. I wanted something to move on with. I wanted someone to be able to tell me some sort of positivity, and I needed it. I needed some sort of positivity because it was a non-stop nightmare with my ex-wife. It was a non-stop of her talking to people that she shouldn't have, telling people that she shouldn't have talked to, the things that she wasn't doing, things that she wasn't doing right, or was doing right, but the people just didn't even talk to her. They were terrible people, and they didn't deserve her attention, and she didn't even fucking know that. And it irked me every single day that she would talk to those stupid idiots that really didn't deserve her attention at all. I knew it, and I didn't say anything about it, but she didn't say anything about herself either, about the things she was doing behind my back. And maybe she wasn't cheating on me, or maybe she was, but that point is made clear that she wasn't paying attention to me. And that's the point and the reason why I even broke up with her. We wanted to break up with her in the first place. Because she wouldn't pay attention to me. She would walk in the door, and she would go directly to the kitchen because she wanted something to eat, or she didn't eat lunch that day, or something like that. She didn't take care of herself. And that was the problem. She didn't take care of herself, and she wasn't there for me. I was doing the work, the hard work at the house. It was hard work. It was very hard work. I had to fold everyone's clothes, everyone's goddamn underwear. And so I didn't do it for a little bit. I didn't do it because she didn't pay attention to me. She didn't love me like she wanted to love, like she said she would when we got together, you know? She just wanted somebody to shit on, I think. That's what I think. She just wanted somebody to shit on and tell what to do because she couldn't fucking do it herself. She wanted to distance herself from being the housewife because she was the housewife. And so she distanced herself from it and she shit on me. And I needed some sort of positivity, some sort of something to keep me going or keep me sane. And the only positive notion that came along with what Jessica Negri or anyone ever said was just leave. Just leave. It's not your responsibility. It's really not your responsibility, and you don't need to constantly fucking hit yourself over the head over it. Or not really hit yourself over the head over it, but just, you don't need to bother yourself with other people's problems if you really, really don't care. If you really don't care, then freaking leave, and always never look back. But if you really want to, if you really want to care, then stay there and be somebody. But I couldn't anymore. I couldn't waste my life. And I couldn't waste my life taking care of somebody else's kids that I loved and cared about, but never had any rapport with. I never had any pull with them. They were always doing their own goddamn thing, and they never fucking gave me what was any attention or anything like that. They would always tell me that I was a bad person, so I spanked them, and I pulled my hits. I spanked them on the butt. I told them, no, you're not gonna fucking deal with this bullshit. You're not gonna tell me who I am. I am an adult, and I am the one who makes the rules. and I guess I didn't like that either, you know. But that was the point. Is my mom did that to me. She just popped me on the butt every once in a while, or pick my underarm skin and tell me, wait till we get home, or some shit, you know. I didn't care too much. I was a bad kid sometimes. I really was a bad kid. Like I would do some really stupid shit. Like, I don't know. My mom. I think whenever the last time she ever felt free, I think was that one night at the festival when she was really, really happy that she finally got rid of her old ex, finally got rid of my dad, basically, and was finally free, basically, of any just doing anything at all. She just felt happy, and she got drunk and she fell down, and she hit the back of her head and her whole face was bruised. Her whole face was bruised when she went to the proceedings of the divorce, and my dad looked like, my dad was just, I don't know, man. But it's just, this is about my mom. This is about me and my mom. My mom loved everything about me. Mom loved everything about all of us as children and as adults. Oh shit! How the hell did he even know where I was? Fucking hell, man. But that's the reason why I felt as though there was something I needed to do to make myself feel better. And not feel better, but just have a purpose, just to have my own family. I don't know, I felt positivity every single time I watched her videos. Every single time. I felt positivity. I felt some sort of positiveness. I felt some sort of something, and maybe it wasn't real. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. I'm not to say that it wasn't meant to be, but it wasn't meant to be for me. Maybe she was doing that for herself, but it resonated with me, and it made me feel like I wasn't alone, and I wasn't alone in feeling different about something, and maybe that's all anybody needs, really, if you think about it sometimes, as far as feeling self-aware and feeling like you feel like it made me feel more comfortable being around different women and different people that had those different things, and I left and I ran away from my mom for a really long time. For like 2 years I didn't talk to her, and maybe that's just the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why I came back. Because I felt guilty. I felt guilty that my mom wasn't seeing me grow. She wasn't seeing me move on from my old things, from my old life. And that's what I wanted desperately to do. I wanted my old getting in everybody's business life, you know, of like just like constantly like seeing people do things and wanting to see what other people are doing and not doing my own thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm getting my own stuff done, making it happen, and I'm gonna get it done, and it's gonna feel so great when it actually happens, and I'm gonna peak. It's fucking Always Sunny rant reference, I guess. Realizing that those memories when you were a child are memories that you held on to try to make something different, and trying to recreate that situation now, it's just unplausible. It's not going to happen. But the point is, you'll be able to feel different, and be able to feel different, and be able to see the difference in your life if you make the difference every single day. If you see that positivity in someone else, you can make that positivity in your life. You can see that nervousness that happens every single time you're about to do something cool, or about to make something happen, or maybe your hobbies or anything like that. Realize that your hobbies, they don't define you, but they make you realize certain things. They make you be able to make experiences in your life. And the first person you should be entrusted in with that situation, with that person, is yourself. You should be on point with what you need to do, and realize that at any moment somebody's positivity can change your life. And that's the only reason why I don't consider her really a celebrity. But that's also the reason why I still don't believe her, because Jessica Negri, that is, not my mom. My mom's angry enough for the both of us sometimes, because I tell her things, and I realize that I should feel bad about some stuff. I should feel stupid about some situations sometimes, and she feels stupid for the both of us, I guess. She yells at me, and she tells me to do things that are right, and I do things that are right because I really love her, and I really would be a different person without her. And I think it was really my mom that was egging at me whenever I was gone for so long. It was probably my guilt of my mom, not my guilt, but my loneliness of being with my mom for so long, of being around my mom for so long, and then being without her, you know? I think that was really it. That was really what it was, and I don't think it had anything to do with Jessica Negri, but she's really hot. She's really cool, and her boyfriend's really awesome, and he's a really cool guy. And their friends are really cool too, and I guess the people she hangs out with are awesome as well. And the people she does business with, I really enjoy around sometimes. I really enjoy their quick quips and different things and stuff like that, and their dad jokes and their weird stuff and everything like that. But it just felt like I wanted to be a part of that group, I guess. I wanted to be a part of it before it stopped, before it was done, before it was gone forever. You know, I wanted to make more friends. I wanted to make new friends and stuff like that. So just it's 1 hour and 20 minutes into it. So you are your own one-person bomb squad. You can diffuse situations that you think are happening, and you can have any fantasy you want, but realize that it can't be true sometimes, because they're terrible. They're no one will agree to them. So realize what you need to first do is realize what you're doing. Realize where you're going in your situation. Realize where you're going in your life. And realize what you're thinking about and the reasons you're thinking about that to begin with. And realize this, that your life means more, okay? Your life means more to somebody out there, anybody out there. And you really should think about the things you're doing and the path you're going down, the path you're making for yourself, because it inspires everyone around you. The path you go down can sort of make your future, and it can affect people around you. And just make sure you believe in yourself too, because the more you believe in yourself, the more you'll get the situations that you're actually putting out there in the world. And really try to get some therapy, because it doesn't mean you're crazy. It just means you had a bad day. Have a good day, and be your own one-person bomb squad. One-person bomb squad. Okay? I'm gonna quit now, because I suck at this game. I really suck at this game. They're really bad. It's okay.